When it comes to monster taming games, there is no shortage of new titles popping up left, right, and center, and today's video segment is one of many exploring new monster taming experiences that are generally upcoming and or early development that you've probably never heard of. I've had some developers reach out to me late last year when I was working on the Monster Taming Direct, and I do appreciate everybody's patience, so hopefully now you guys will be happy and satiated. Now, with that being said, if you are working on a monster taming game and you think it's in a state where you want to present it to the monster taming community, definitely feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or Discord. Those are the best ways to direct message me right now. But I'd lean towards Twitter just because my Discord DMs are full of people asking me when Coromon's coming to mobile. Anyways, today we have a mix of games that were first ever showcased on my channel during the Monster Taming Direct, and some games that I didn't even know existed until very recently. We'll have a bit of a mix of platforms with some mobile representation mixed in there, and one of the games is even already out in early access on Steam, so you will actually have something to go ahead and try when you're done here. All relevant social media pages will be linked below, and with that said, don't forget to subscribe for daily monster taming videos, and let's dive in. Alright, so first things first, we got a game for you Tamagotchi lovers, that being Evomon, a monster raising game where you raise Evomon and subsequently evolve them, play mini games with them, fish with them, complete expeditions, and more. Much like you'd expect if you were a fan of Tamagotchi or the Digimon V-Pet, you must feed and clean up your monsters' poop and take care of them and, again, keep them entertained. This game will be coming to both PC and Nintendo Switch, which I think is good because it definitely seems like the type of game you'd want to be able to take with you, and honestly, I'm surprised mobile hasn't been added to that list because I think this game would really do well on a mobile platform since it more closely emulates the small size of a Tamagotchi. The minigames look like a lot of fun. You have a little room that you can sort of customize as well, and all in all, the pixel art in this game is really nice. Okay, so this next game doesn't have a confirmed release date for its English version, but it is coming to both PC and mobile, that being Volzerk Monsters and Lands Unknown, a game that's being compared to a cross between Genshin Impact and Pokemon. Essentially, it's a really nice looking real-time combat-based monster taming game where you fight alongside your companion monsters, and it's free to play on both platforms. So for me, it's really going to depend a lot on what the monetization strategies are like, because we already know that a lot of free-to-play games, especially from Japan, tend to be a little bit crazy with those gacha mechanics. So I will keep you guys updated once we get more information about this one. I will say it does look really good, and I hope it's actually going to be good because it definitely looks good. You might remember Parks Unknown from the Monster Taming Direct, which will be linked below, by the way, where this game made its first debut on the channel. Now, I did contact a few of the developers whose games were included in this video, and while for the most part I've been summarizing what they've told me about their games, I wanted to read out the first segment of what the Parks Unknown developer had sent me. So they said, in summary, Parks Unknown is essentially a monster collecting zoo sim game combining two phases, a turn-based exploration phase where you adventure through procedurally generated dungeons looking for new monsters to capture, and a zoo building phase where you manage and expand a wildlife park in which visitors can come to see the animals you've collected. Gameplay-wise, it's like a combination between Pokemon, Mystery Dungeon, and Zoo Tycoon, and is heavily inspired by those games. Most of the resources you use in building your zoo are found through dungeon exploration across a range of biomes, and in turn, your exploration party is made up of the zoo staff, with each member having different abilities based on their job class. So yeah, some pretty cool stuff. When we actually do explore this game individually in its own video, there will definitely be more to talk about because I like the idea. Now, you guys know that I have a soft spot for games with 2.5D graphics, and Scallion, or Sahul if I pronounce that correctly, is just that. This is a Pokemon-like monster taming RPG that is being developed for mobile platforms and will feature 12 battle stadiums, which are sort of like the game's version of gyms, an interesting system where moves don't actually have types, allowing for each monster to learn any move. It'll be interesting to see how exactly that works. Its own unique battle system that will include different types of attacks, including your typical physical, special, and stat-based attacks, but also some sort of combo category that's been added. And generally, it just looks really nice. We don't know a whole lot. It's early development, but it's looking pretty cool. Finally, last but not least, we have Seekers of Sahul, I think is how you pronounce this one, which if you watched the recent Monster Taming Direct, you would have probably seen very briefly. That said, this game is a roguelite title inspired by Azure Dreams that involves you traveling through and exploring an ancient pyramid with the goal of reaching the top. The game also has some semi-realistic monster raising elements where you must properly care for your monsters in order to see them strive. Essentially, you'll have a town that you can upgrade through getting money by exploring the pyramid, and these upgrades will give you additional benefits. The game just made its debut recently, so there's definitely going to to be more that we learn moving forward. It does sound similar in some elements to Parks Unknown, so we got two pretty interesting games coming. And there you go, guys. Those were 5 more monster taming games that you probably didn't know. Now, to be fair, since a lot of people did watch the Monster Taming Direct, I think at least 2 of these games will have a much higher probability of being known rather than some of the others. However, I did want to officially introduce these games to the channel, and this segment is sort of how I do that. So don't forget to let me know in the comments how many of these games you knew out of 5. You give yourself a score, so if you saw the 2 in the Direct but didn't see any of the other ones, you'd give yourself a 2 out of 5, for example. I'm very curious to see if anybody got a 5 out of 5 on this. If you want to keep discovering new monster taming games and like daily monster taming content, definitely subscribe to my channel because I put out new monster taming videos every single day. You can also check out my Twitter, Discord, and Patreon linked below. Special thanks to the patrons, especially Jim Hamilton, Drow Ghost, Dark Persona, and Exodus, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.